What's up? Hey. As you can see from this little thing in the corner here, it's 2 in the morning. I had a late night, but it was fun. I have more dorm friends, and I'll try to go through my day in an order that makes sense. But parts of it will probably get cut because some of the things I did today will be longer explanations and more interesting explanations than others. So I'll probably end up cutting the things that aren't interesting so that my video is not horrendously long. So, got up this morning, I got dressed, I was cute. I hung out in my room for a bit, didn't feel like going anywhere. I went out around 12 on my bike just to figure out like where my classes are and if I could get in between them in 10 minutes. And I can, it's fine. And I hung out in the bookstore for a little while. I read the first 2 chapters of Will Grayson by John Green and I think David Levithan. And it's very interesting, and I'll probably hang out in the bookstore reading that more, because I don't want to buy it, but I'll sit and read it. See, today I spent time hanging out in Emily's room again, and that was a good time. And then so the video a couple days ago where I was talking about that one girl who I couldn't stand because she was acting really dumb, I actually hung out with her for like 2 hours today, which just kind of like happened because like we were both in Emily's room. And then Emily and her roommate had to go somewhere, so we had to get out of their room, and I didn't have anywhere to go, and Gabby was like, come back to my room, and we watched Gabriel Iglesias, and, she's okay. I'm now under the impression that she was just acting stupid because there were men folk present, and while I'll judge her slightly for that, she is an acceptable human being. She likes John Green books. Like, she's okay. And we hung out today, and she's cool. And then I ended up in a room down the hall from mine, which is like 3 doors down, because the guys in that room have a setup. They have an NES machine, they have a Nintendo 64, and they have a PlayStation. And so a bunch of people were in their room playing Mortal Kombat. And so I played Mortal Kombat with them and, was slaughtered mercilessly several times. But it was fun. And then we switched to Super Smash Bros. 64, and I still got slaughtered several times. But it was still fun. And then tonight was the freshman block party at the Union, which was basically just they gave you a sheet with a square for every restaurant in the Union, and you went around getting them all stamped while they gave out free food, and then you could turn your sheet into a raffle to win stuff. So I went with the group, which included Katie, my RA, and girl I hung out with for a couple hours today and changed my opinion of. And, it was fun. We went around. I took Tupperware to the block party and filled them up with the free food samples. So now I have like 2 meals worth of free stuff, which is cool. And I got a lot of college points for that. And we were going around, and it was really crowded. And we didn't realize until about 7:30 that the sheets had to be turned in by 8 for the raffle. And we weren't close to being done. So it just turned into our group running around the Union up to all the stampers to get them stamped, and it was really fun. It was like my first college adventure. I didn't win anything, but whatever. Then we came back to the dorm, and there was kind of just like a hallway party. Like everyone was just standing around the hallway talking, and we hung out there. And then I ended up back in the room with the game stations, and we played more Mortal Kombat. And then we YouTubed for a while, and then they put The Shining in. We were talking about horror movies, and then somebody said we should watch The Shining, which I had never seen. And everyone in the room had already seen it, but me and this one other guy. So they were really all just watching our horrified reactions. And that movie is trippy. I watched the whole thing, so, I could go to sleep knowing that they got away. But, holy crap, that movie. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it, but you should watch it in a group with others. Okay? So yeah, it's 2 in the morning, and I think I've just inadvertently agreed to a date. Because one of the guys from the group, and that I was watching the movies with and playing games with, he wasn't the only person who was out in the hallway, because, a bunch of people had to leave to go back to their rooms. But, he walked me to my door or whatever, and his name is Dan, and he's a junior. He's a cool guy. I've been playing him all day, and I don't have a problem with him. He's fun or whatever. But he asked me if I wanted to get coffee tomorrow, and I was like, well, I don't drink coffee, but I'll go get a drink that is not coffee. And I don't know, like, have I just agreed to a date? I've only known you for 2 days. I mean, he didn't, like, make it a date or anything. It's, I don't know. I don't really know what else to say to that. I'm going to get a drink with Dan tomorrow for lunch. This may or may not be a date. I'm not really down with it being a date, because I've only known him for 2 days. He's cool to hang out with those if we're just going to eat something. And then further on, he decides he wants to take me on a date. Okay. But also, he's a junior, so he's a few years older than me. So I don't know. He's not the only guy who's been flirting with me, though. There's this guy around the corner named Clay, and I don't like Clay that much. Clay's been flirting with me. Makes me feel good about myself. So that's really my whole day. It's late. I want to go try to sleep and not dream about The Shining. We'll see what happens there. Mother, don't freak out about Dan. Father, don't freak out about Dan. So I'm really out of things to say. This video was only a little over 7 minutes long, so I probably won't even edit it. I'll just put it up in its unedited form. Now I'll probably edit it. Anyway, yeah, this was only like 7.5 minutes of footage. I guess when I'm tired, I speak more efficiently. So, good morning. Love you guys, bye. Oh my god, I forgot to do a life lesson. So I had to come back and film that to add to the end. Let's see, something I learned today. Don't watch The Shining alone. Watch The Shining in the presence of others, preferably others who have seen the movie and can provide moral support. But that's not very meaningful of a life lesson. So let's do this. Okay. Don't finalize your opinion of others until you spent more time with those other people. Because the girl that I really couldn't stand the first day was actually pretty cool. So, yes, that would be my addition. Give others more than one chance. Okay, now it's good night. Good morning. I love you. Goodbye.